great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode number 958 of the Immigration Answer Show. How's everybody doing? I'll be here for the next hour and a half or so, trying to answer as many of your immigration law-related questions as possible. I am in cloudy Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but it sure is a nice city. I like this city a lot. I haven't been here before. Has anybody ever been to Pittsburgh before? It's a nice town, lots of brick and beautiful old buildings. I think that a lot of the old railroad money and coal money built a lot of interesting buildings. I'd be interested to see how many of them are being used now, and I'm sure they're very expensive to upkeep. Can you imagine? These buildings are probably 100 years old. There's one over there. I still haven't figured out what that one is by our hotel. It looks like the building from Dragnet in LA. So maybe it's some kind of government office building, but it also looks like a church. So I don't know. I'll be here for the next hour. Let me put the link in the waiting room. I am by myself, so I gotta man the boards and keep things moving. Watch the comments. It's all good. How are you doing? How's your weekend? How was your week? I had a good week. I had 2 green card interviews with clients that were not in status, and they didn't get taken into custody. I know that we've spent a lot of time talking about what happened in San Diego. But I did want to tell you that there's a news story that somebody who was out of status at the time of filing went to their green card interview in Salt Lake City, Utah, and got taken into custody while their attorney was there. So I think that it's might be spreading beyond San Diego. We'll have to see. Robert says, in Santa Rosa, California, I have a location that I oversee. It's an old train station, a part of a restaurant, and then the other half is a brewery. Very interesting. Yeah, I love it when they make use of old buildings. In fact, I'm in a really old building. I'm in some conference center, north, sort of up the hill at softball. And Amani and I are down here. I just had my Subway sandwich for 75 hard, and I'll be with you guys. So let's see if anybody has come into the waiting room. My mouse is acting a little funny. Okay, cool. We got some people. I'll get to them in just a minute. What are you guys going to do this weekend? Anything fun? I'm leaving here tomorrow to go to San Diego, and I'll be there till Thursday, so I'm excited about that. I got my Twitter on here. It's distracting me. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. I got DY and then SoCal. DY, hello.
Oh, hey Jim, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Go right ahead.
I feel like speaking with a celebrity.
It's just me, just
Um,
Jim.
yeah. Well, I have a quick question. I applied for the N400, and I also have I-130 on file. So I was just wondering, during the interview, do you think they'll ask a lot about the I-130?
How did you get your original green card?
I got it through special immigrant juvenile.
Oh, good. So not through marriage.
No,
Okay. And so where is your spouse? In the United States or outside the United States?
she's outside.
Okay. And so that's just a case that's going to be pending for a while or until you become a citizen?
Yes.
I don't think that they'll ask too many questions about it. They'll just want to know your marital status and nail all that down. Why are you worried about it?
I was just curious because like I didn't know if I should like study up and like if they're gonna like ask questions on like the dates and stuff because I'm not good with remembering.
You mean like how you met your wife and all that, or your spouse and all that stuff?
Uh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no, I don't think they're going to be focused much more on your N400.
gotcha. And another question for the N400, since I got my green card through special immigrant juvenile, are they gonna ask a lot about that? Because
Yeah,
I
that I
don't
think
remember like.
I think
Mhm.
they'll ask much more about that. They want to know
Okay,
they'll be operating from the assumption that you shouldn't have gotten your SIJ visa and your adjustment based on that. So yeah, I think that's going to be, they'll spend more time on that than probably even on your N400, and certainly more than they will on your I-130.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I remember like when it came, I was like 12, and then it was my family members that were supposed to like get it all rolling, and it kind
Hmm.
of like apparently like they were like lying to each other that the whole process started. So I came on a tourist visa, and then it expired, and they just like kept me here, and then they only started applying when I was almost 18, and like the whole period of time between that, I didn't have like any status. So I was like wondering, like, are they gonna give me like hard time about that?
I think so, and especially if you start saying things like they were all lying to each other, I'd be very careful with how you explain things. Um,
Okay.
and if most of it happened while you were a kid, like if you were me and you had come to me and said, Jim, I want to apply for my N400, and I got my visa through SIJ. And if you were young when it happened and you didn't have a lot of details, I probably would have done a Freedom of Information Act request before I filed, just to make sure that I'm not too worried about anything that's in there. Do you have your N400 interview coming up? Has it already been set?
Um, no, I'm just still waiting. I just have the confirmation that they received it, the receipt, and they just said they're gonna reuse the biometrics. And
Okay.
I do remember like what I mean by like I guess when they were like lying because like different family members thought that when I came, the process would get started right away, and then whoever was supposed to take care of it kind of sat on it and didn't tell anybody about it. And so pretty much like I was like 17 and he was like, "Oh, like I don't know what to do. Like you might have to go back." And that's when like I was like, "What the heck?" And like we went to the lawyer and they did the SAJ. And like I remember as to like why they did it and stuff and like the process. I just don't know like if they're gonna ask like a lot of details because I was a kid and I don't really like remember everything.
Is this the kind of situation where like your parents back home sent you to America?
No, I didn't. Kind of like the gist that didn't have parents as a kid, and
Mm.
my only family there was a sister who was disabled, and by
Hmm.
the laws there, she wasn't allowed to take like guardianship over me.
Yeah.
So it was either yeah, it was either I stayed there and like end up in like a orphanage, or I had family here in US. It was my uncle. So he came down and brought me here on a tourist visa and then decided just to keep me here. And then he was the one that like said like, oh, like don't worry about it, like we'll get everything situated and done. And then he just didn't do it at all. I mean, he didn't do it that he said he would. And only like when we found out that this whole time he hasn't been doing anything, I raised the question and then like the rest of the like family members pressed him and eventually we went to the lawyer.
I think the way I would present it is that I came to America. My uncle said that he was going to help me get my SIJ stuff taken care of. He dragged ass for a really long time, almost up until the time that I turned 18. So then they got started and I was approved. And that's all that I know.
Okay, got it. All right.
And if you don't have your
Mhm.
N400 oath interview, your interview set yet, I suggest that you do a FOIA G639 online and ask for a complete copy of your file. See what you can find out beforehand.
Okay, got it.
Thanks for the call.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good
Okay.
weekend.
You too. See you, buddy. All right, I got John, Riddy, and Raphael. John, hello.
Hey Jim, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks for asking. I
Sure.
was on your show about 2 years ago, so I'm not sure if you're gonna remember the details, but
Yeah.
basically, to long story short, I got my green card through marriage, and 2 days before my green card was approved without an interview, my ex-wife filed for a divorce. Um, So I guess the my question I have two questions. I don't want to keep you too long. First is whether you still think whether I should still apply for naturalizations, which is going to be in like 2 years. And another question I have is what do you think my chances were going to be a little harder to get if I apply for like coverage through like Covered California because of the new public charge rule.
So when you got your green card, did you get a 2-year green card or a 10-year green card?
A 10-year green card.
Okay. So let's fast forward. Let's pretend we were having this conversation on the very first day 2 years from now that you were eligible to apply for citizenship. If you were to ask me, if you were asked me today, I would say do not file. Wait and see what happens. Let's figure out if things calm down over there. So I'm hopeful that you'll be able to apply 3 years when there's a new administration, but I wouldn't apply under this administration. Public charge as of now does not come into effect for citizenship, so I don't think you have to worry about that.
Okay. And one more question. What about traveling? Do you think I should avoid traveling outside of the country?
Hold on one second. I'm just going to get my little screen up in case you haven't watched the show in a while. Our advice for non-citizens: do not travel until you become a citizen. Thank you. Especially for someone who has a somewhat shaky green card. Right.
Which in my case probably is, right? A little shaky.
I'd say slightly.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I really appreciate the show you're doing. I do watch it whenever I can.
Awesome.
And thank you for all the help you're giving us.
Thanks for watching, and thanks for the call, John. See you, buddy. All right. Let me post one more time the link if anybody wants to ask me a question. Let's go to Ritti. Hello.
Jim, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go right ahead.
Thank you for meeting us today, Jim. I have a question. I don't know if you deal with such cases.
Okay.
I had my I-140 for NIW approved. However, I have a J1 visa, and my contract is supposed to end in April 2026 with the possibility of renewal. However, I have also the 2-year rule to go back home. I want to file for a waiver, and my question is, when is the right time for me to file for the waiver? Do I wait until my contract is renewed, or do I start now? And also, my priority date is January 2024. So at the moment, I'm current.
Are you a doctor?
I have a PhD.
So you're like a researcher?
A researcher, yes, correct.
Yeah. If your priority date is current, then and you have an approved I-140, I would go ahead and apply for the waiver.
Okay. I don't know. Also, another question: Do you take such cases? Do you do J1 waivers?
Andrew in our office does. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, send us an email.
I'll send you an email. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Ritti. Bye, buddy. All right. That was Ritti. Did you guys see that the Supreme Court has granted cert on the issue of Trump's birthright citizenship executive order? It'll be very interesting to see what they do. They don't have a lot of judicial integrity, so who the heck knows what they're going to do? They just do what they want. I'm going to go to Raphael. Raphael, hello.
Hello, Jim. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Thank you. So it's an honor to talk to you. You are the GOAT of immigration. Thank you so much. Thank you for your videos. Thank you for your help. So, little background. I'm a Latino citizen. I got married to my wife. She is a naturalized citizen. She is from Southeast Asia. So she came here as a petition from her father back in 2007, I think 2007, 2008. So she was minor back then. And then she got married to her ex-husband back in 2015. So she brought him from her country. Because she got married there, then she brought him here. They got married for a couple of years. Then they got divorced. However, they were separate. However, they just got their divorce this year as the date September, like I think last week of September, that she was divorced. And then we got married this year, November, second week of November. So we were thinking about filing, for my adjustment of status here in the States, because I'm here in the States. I came here 2 years ago. So my question is, is what are my chances like to get an approved to my adjustments of status over here, since she has a previous marriage, since she was divorced and she brought somebody here. However, they are divorced. I don't know if I'm kind of clear.
Yeah. So the first spouse, she did an overseas processing case.
Yeah.
Okay. And that dude, is that dude now a U.S. citizen?
I don't know. I don't think he's a U.S. citizen yet because after he came here, a few months after, he got a DUI, and then I think his immigration process got kind of complicated. However, we don't have a follow up completely because she stopped talking to him, so we don't know what's going on with him.
How long after he got his green card did they start like divorce stuff?
Well, they got married on 2015, so as I know, he gets a green card as soon as he arrived here, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So they got married in 2015, 2016, and they were living together until 2020. However, they separate. However, she never filed for a divorce until this year. So she got a divorce just this year, September.
So just for everybody else that's watching, whenever a marriage is over, get the divorce on file. Don't drag things out, because now it looks like she's bouncing from one spouse to another when in reality they haven't lived together. She and the first spouse haven't lived together for many years, right? So it looks worse.
Exactly.
Right? What would she like? What kind of a witness does she make? Like, what would be her explanation? Like if somebody said something smart ass like, "Hey lady, why do you keep marrying people and trying to give them a green card?" Or if they said, "Hey lady, the last guy you married came here and had a DUI. Why should we do anything for Raphael, your new spouse? Is he a drunk driver too?" Like, how would she do under questioning like that? Or like, "Hey lady, do people pay you to marry them so that they get a green card?"
Yeah, that's understandable as well.
How would she do if she were in the room by herself without you and without me? How would she do?
I think it would be a little bit tough for her. However, this is real marriage. We live together. We were dating for over a year, and we just got married recently. I know her family. She knows my family. She's on vacation right now. She went back home just to.
Have you been married before?
No, I'm single. I was single before.
And what kind of a visa did you have when you came?
Oh, I came here through a B1, B2 visa. However, I was a flight attendant, so I also have I think it's CD1 visa.
But on the last entry was on a B1, B2.
Yes.
You're sure of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why didn't you leave on time?
Okay, so I came here on vacation, and then I have a relative that lives here. So things in my country got a little bit complicated. So I've been here before.
What country?
I'm from Ecuador.
Okay.
Yeah. So before the pandemic, it was fine, and then after the pandemic, it got really complicated until lately. So I used to come here with a crew visa. So I've been here in the States. I checked 29 times. Because I used to fly in and out. So I really like this country. I've been like all over, like in more than 20 states. I kind of know the country.
That's great, but I don't know that you've really told me why you didn't leave on time.
Oh yeah, so the thing's like it wasn't a good area to go back to my country. It wasn't safe. So it wasn't to a point that like, oh yeah, my God, I need to file for an asylum. It wasn't that case, but it wasn't a place that I feel like going back.
Okay. Have you been working in the United States since you overstayed?
Yeah.
Did you ever make a false claim to be a U.S. citizen?
No, never.
Good. Yeah. So, I mean, I think whenever there's a second marriage, whenever there's two marriages that involve immigration, no matter how it is, whether the first person got their green card and then their citizenship through marriage, or whether they were already a citizen and married someone and got them a green card and then married someone else to try to get them a green card. Whenever that happens, it's definitely by definition harder. I would say it puts you on the fraud list to, like I would say you and your spouse are going to have to prove that your current marriage is real and that the first marriage was real, and not just to get that guy an immigration benefit.
I understand. One more question. The thing is, I got my girlfriend for one time as a dating gift. I got her to a shooting range because she was like, "Oh yeah, you know what? I wanna shoot guns. I wanna shoot guns. I wanna shoot guns." So I was like, "Okay, you know what? Let me take you to a shooting range." So I took her to a shooting range, and I was listening to the show, and then it says some people that like if there is a form, well, I think it's in a form. I don't know, the 485 something like that, that you have to declare if you know how to operate guns and that stuff.
No, weapons training, weapons, whether you've had formal
Yeah.
weapons training. I don't think either way is fine. Even if you did have weapons training, you can still get your green card. I don't think you need to worry about that. I'd be more worried about proving up the marriages.
Yeah, exactly that. And one last question. Do you know like what's the average time for processing the adjustments of status? I'm in New Jersey right now.
So my wife just told me we were she checked the mail from yesterday. She got an interview notice on a case that we filed 6 weeks ago, and the person's been out of status for like 4 years. So I would imagine that it's going to come pretty quick. So you got to have everything together. You got to file a strong case. You probably want to bring a lawyer to your interview. And to me, the whole shooting match is like, if I were your lawyer, I would spend an hour with your wife just beating the shit out of her. Like I was asking you those tough questions. I would just beat the shit out of her so that she can withstand anything that they throw at her. Because she's going to be the star witness. And
Yeah, I understand.
And she's going to be on the defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one last question, Jen. Sorry for taking your time. She makes good money. She makes about 75K per year. She works in the health industry. However, she has a big amount of debt, a student debt especially. Is that a thing that I may be concerned?
Nope.
No, all good.
Yep, that doesn't come into effect. She made enough money to not need a co-sponsor, and they're past sort of the financial stuff. If they're getting ready, well, you haven't filed yet, but once you file, that part will get taken care of even before your interview. So I wouldn't really worry about it.
All right. Thank you so much, Jim. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for your help.
Bye, Raphael. See you, buddy.
Thank you.
Let me know if you need some help, okay?
All right. Thanks so much.
Okay, bye. Hey, look who's here. HSM. It's hard to answer questions. I wonder how I would do if I were picked by Jim. I think people try to respond cleverly while they should be natural. I'm sure they'll get more clarity being straight. I think that's really good advice. I think that's actually really good advice, and that's a good way to think about it. We've all heard the people on the show where there's that pause when I ask them a question, and they just sort of like you can hear them thinking, and I do think they're trying to be clever. All right, there are a few people in the waiting room, Flip and Alan. I would say please turn off your camera, and I'll get to you guys soon. I'm going to go to Dav for now. Dav, hello.
Hey, Jim. Sorry.
You're good. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Great. Thank you.
I came to the. I'm a citizen of one of the countries that are on the list, the 19 countries. I came
country?
to the United. It's Turkmenistan. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I came to the U.S. in 2023. Although I'm from Turkmenistan, I got my immigrant visa in Hungary.
Okay.
I was studying there at the time. Now I'm really worried if I should or can do something to prepare for the up and coming. Maybe if they invite me to an interview or not. Yeah. Do you?
What's pending?
Yeah.
What's pending?
There's no. There's nothing pending. I have everything straight. I just when I came. In 2020, in the start of 2024, I got myself in an. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So listen. Do you have an immigration case that's at USCIS right now?
No, nothing.
Okay. Go ahead.
So one thing I'm really worried about at the time when I came to the U.S., it was in July in July of 2023. And I started working as a truck driver. So as a truck driver, you don't get any insurance. You have to get an insurance for yourself. So I got an insurance through Illinois. That's where I was based. And at the time, I didn't have any income when I applied for an insurance. I didn't have any income history. And my friend suggested, hey, apply for a tax credit. Maybe you'll get a discount. And I got a $500 insurance, and half of it was paid by Illinois for 1 year, and through a tax credit. Stupidly enough, I didn't then declare my income for 2024, so they didn't ask me for the tax credit back. And I'm thinking, would it be a problem for me? I will get it straight right away, but
No, I think this. I mean, you should file an amended tax return and pay them whatever you owe them, and that'll be the end of it.
Unless they invite me for an interview, I shouldn't do anything. What do you suggest?
Oh, okay. Now I understand why you keep asking me that. Okay, so you're worried about the part of the directive that says they're going to go back and look at applications that they've already approved, right? That's why you're wondering.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
I don't think that's going to happen. They don't have the resources to do it. I think it's going to get shut down. I don't think you have to worry about that at all.
All right, Jim. Thank you for everything you're doing. I'm a big fan. I always watch the videos.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
So yesterday we had a guy on from Myanmar, and I was asking him, hey, I want to get people who do have pending immigration applications at USCIS, maybe naturalization, maybe a green card from Myanmar, and how would I go about finding them? I want to ask you the same question. So let's say that I really want to have a couple plaintiffs in my lawsuit from Turkmenistan. Are there any resources or Facebook groups or places that you would suggest that I look to try to find people to be in my lawsuit from Turkmenistan?
2 places, Telegram and Facebook. I can send you the groups. Most of them don't completely speak English. Some of them understand Turkish, some of them Russian. If you need any translator, I'm more than willing to do that anytime. I will send you the links. I'm sure there are plenty of people. I have one person already in mind, and I have 2 people that I could. When I heard your class action thing, I was thinking, should I suggest to those people? And I myself, if they don't want to pay, I myself am willing to pay for them to be on the class action. I'm more than willing to help you on this. I really, for myself, I'm really worried about it.
Yeah. Well, we need to knock it all down now before you have to apply for your citizenship. If you could email me, Dove, and give me that information, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com, or you can just email me directly, jim@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. That's me.
Absolutely, Jim. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for everything you're doing.
Thanks, brother. Hey,
Bye-bye.
Just real quick, what's the best thing about Turkmenistan?
There is a best thing is our horses. They are called Akal Teke. They are the most beautiful horses in the world. They are like special breed of horses. And the second fascinating thing, there is a place called Gates to Hell. If everybody wants to check it out, it really looks like Gates to Hell. It's in the middle of the desert. It is a giant crater of burning fire. So if you write Gates to Hell on Earth, that picture will pop up. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for the call, and send me that email, okay?
All right. Have a good one.
Thanks. All right. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to do it one country at a time. Yesterday was Myanmar. I got somebody from Chad over in TikTok. Same offer, Lam Sumis. Send me an email, jim@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Let me know how I can find people from Chad. Hold on. I want to look up the gates of hell in Turkmenistan. Let's see. Gates of hell, Turkmenistan. There it is. Oh, shit. It does look like, let's see pictures. Holy cow. It's called the Darvaza gas crater. Wow. That's crazy. Look it up. The Darvaza gas crater, gates to hell. Nurse Laura says, sounds like Palm Springs in the summertime. Indeed. All right. Next up, Deborah. Hello. Deborah, are you there? I have the sense that she fell off, so I'm going to go ahead and remove her. Where did our friend... Oh, Flip. There he is. Flip. Hello, Flip.
Hey, how you doing, sir? Good afternoon.
I'm good, sir. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm unfortunately not in a good situation right now, sir. I had a couple questions. Am I? I mean, I've never. I barely started following you, sir. Can I say where
Yeah.
I'm from and all that, or?
Sure. Yeah. Just tell your. I mean, don't say anything. Let's talk about your. Let's talk about your imaginary friend named Mike.
Okay, my friend Mike that's related to me. Unfortunately, was working, and I'm in Houston, Texas, sir. And yeah, he was working at a paint and body shop, and of course, the people are doing their jobs and all that, and my Joe got pretty much took him by I'm guessing ICE and all that because it's the facility in Conroe right here in Texas. But my question would be, sir, born he was he doesn't he I mean he of course he's from Mexico. He has no papers or nothing. He was brought here since he was 4 or 5 years old, and he's been with Joe's been with his wife for about 9 years. They got a 4 or 5 year old boy, that we really love a lot. And I mean, this man, all he does is work, and that's it. He has no criminal background or nothing, and unfortunately, he's detained. So everybody's telling me get lawyers and all that. Is that a waste of time, sir? Is he going to just get deported anyways, or I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what to do here.
He has one single entry into the United States.
Yes, sir. He was brought here when he was 4 or 5 years old, and yes, sir. And unfortunately, they got him just a day ago. So he's going through the process and all that. So I'm just trying to figure out what's my next step or what. I
So
mean, we're all struggling. I don't really have the money, but we're gonna have to find it, of course. But I mean, I'm just trying to get some advice here, sir. I'm just trying to breathe and.
so he was 4 years old when he came.
Yes, sir. His parents brought him here when he was 4 or 5 years old,
And how old is he
and
now?
yeah, but he's a grown man, and all he does is work, and he's been with his wife for about 9 years. They got a 4 or 5 year old little boy, and his wife is from here. I know that for a fact because yeah, she came
Does
from
she have
somebody I know.
Does she
I'm
have
sorry,
any
was that?
health issues? Does she have
No,
any
no,
health
no.
issues? Does the kid have?
Yeah, no, 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 sir. I mean, yeah, yeah. Let's say, Joe's wife. Yeah, yeah. No, she has no health issues. She has nothing, sir. She's perfectly healthy, petite. I mean, she's born here, good education, everything. I mean, it's just she's a housewife. He had been a provider, so she had no need to work. You know.
Okay.
He
So
he has no health issues. He has no criminal record, no tattoos, no nothing, sir. All he does is work and come home and goes and family man.
so take a breath and listen to me for a second, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Thank you for that.
our friend, you're fine. You're fine. Our friend Joe he's currently in custody.
Yes, sir. As we speak at the facility here in Conroe, in Texas.
How old do you think
I
Joe is
think he
right
barely
now?
got his alien number or whatever. Barely got processed.
How old is he?
I'm gonna say I don't know his exact age, but he's like in the 20s, young 20s. I mean, over 20, under 30. Around there, sir.
So he's been here at least 16 years, if not longer,
Oh,
right?
easily, easy. He's been with I keep wanting to say his name, but he's been with somebody I know that's special to me. Let's say Joe's wife. They've been together for at least 9 years, and they got a 4 or 5 year old son, a grand. Yeah, yeah, exactly, sir. He was born here and
And
everything, sir. Just
they're
and
they're legally
nobody's
married.
sick, nothing. I'm sorry.
They're legally married.
Not legally. Well, see, here in Texas, they had a law. If you're with somebody for more than 6 months, you're married. But we're
No,
talking about
bullshit.
federal
Bullshit.
laws now.
That's
They've
not
never
true.
been not through court, sir. Not through court.
Well, that's the big problem then, because if
Yes,
they
sir.
get married now, it's going to be hard to prove that it wasn't just to keep him from being deported. But if they have a kid together, they should have gotten married a long time ago. Because, and what I
Yes,
would
sir.
say
I
is,
understand that.
here's what I would say. If I thought there was no way for your friend Joe to stay in the United States, I would tell you that right now. Okay. But there's something called cancellation of removal, where if somebody's in the United States for 10 years, has a single entry, does not have any interactions with law enforcement, and has a qualifying relative, he could get cancellation of removal. So I would say this is a case you should spend money on. This is a case that Joe should hire a lawyer on, and he would have to get married, probably from jail.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what they were saying.
Yeah. I think this is a case worth fighting.
Oh, thank you, sir. Some kind of relief. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Thanks, Flip. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. We all of us appreciate everything you do, sir.
Hang in
Thank
there,
you
bro.
very much. Thank you.
I didn't expect him to get emotional there at the end. Yeah, he's stressed out. Haley said he's stressed out. I think that's right. People are carrying a lot. Can they deport you from a biometrics appointment? Yeah, I guess so. I haven't heard of it yet, though. But in theory, they could. All right. Thomasine has been waiting. Hello.
Hi. How you doing, Jim?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, so I was just listening to that last conversation. That was a bit much. Wow. So yeah, I just kind of want to see my situation and kind of see what's the best kind of move right now. So I was on an F1 visa. Well, I'm still on that visa, but I'm currently not in the US. So back in April, there was a time when they were just terminating visas randomly.
Oh yes, I remember it well. I went to court. I sued Homeland Security for that. Yep.
Really, yeah. So all that was going on, and so I was meant to fly out for my friend's wedding, and that went on, and I was obviously still in classes and everything, and I basically told my school, and I said people were telling me not to leave, but it was a time when ICE were kind of picking up people as well, so I was just kind of like, you know what, let me just go home and go to my friend's wedding, and then what happens from there. So I'm at home, and then 2 weeks later, or like a week later, I get an email saying, we've reversed everything. What they basically done was illegal. I was talking to the DSO in my school, and she was basically like, yeah, everything's reversed, but I would still advise you seeing a lawyer before you even try to, come back in. So then I kind of, just said, you know what, like, I'm just going to, obviously I'm in the UK, I'm in London. But after a couple months, I was just kind of want to see my situation, like what's the kind of best move for me, to do. I want to know if anyone will I know my case is kind of niche, so I kind of know if there's a case for me and if anyone would like kind of pick it up, if that makes sense.
You're asking me now?
No, I'm kind of seeing if there's like a possibility of like a case.
What's the status of your CVIS record?
What's the status? So it was active, but it's currently obviously been terminated because I'm not in the US anymore.
So the question you should be asking me is, Jim, do you think I could get another F1 to come back to the United States? Because you're starting over, right? It's not a matter of reviving your old case is over.
Okay, yeah. So I think what the question I was trying to get at was when I was speaking to the DSO, she was like, because I didn't get to use I basically graduated, but I haven't got a chance to use my OPT, basically.
Gone.
Okay. Because she was telling me about a case that she had a couple of years ago of where someone had been, obviously something had happened, they had gone home, and after a year they fought it in court, and then they were able to give them the opportunity to still use that.
In court?
Yeah.
No. What was the underlying reason that CVIS used as a pretext to terminate your CVIS record?
I think it was the reason to get rid of one. There was a criminal background check done, something like that.
Yeah, but how did you appear in the criminal background check? That's my question. Did you have a criminal charge?
No, I don't have a criminal charge. I didn't have one.
So you don't know how you ended up in the criminal database?
No.
Yeah, dude, you're outside the United States. You waited long since March to take any action. You don't have an active I-20. you would need a school to give you a new I-20 and apply for an F1. And then the question is, Jim, what do you think the chances are of a new F1 getting approved? And I would say the chances are maybe 30%.
Okay. So there's basically no chance of even going back into the US, basically.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they terminated your CVIS record for a reason, even though it was illegal and bullshit, that you have no current status in the United States, that when things got hot, you left the country and made no effort to come back for almost a year. And they generally don't want immigrants coming to the United States. So those are all the things you have against you.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Thanks for the call.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
I'm going to keep things moving today. Abdi2745 asked, do you need Somalis in your lawsuit? Hell yes, I do. I need there it is. Mimi knows. He needs all reps of 19 countries. Contact his office to join the lawsuit. info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. We would love your help helping us find up some Somalis to put into the lawsuit, especially because Trump's being so nasty to the Somalis right now. What an asshole. Alan, hello.
Hello, Jim. How are you?
I'm well, Alan. How are you?
I'm good. I'm working here in California as a caregiver. So I'm gonna go straight to my question. I filed my I-751 on May 3, 2023, and last July I received an email action taken on my account, and I checked my online account and they changed the wording also and the date from actively reviewing to still being processed, something like that. And then there's nothing changed. There's nothing, an update or anything. It's been almost 31 months. So,
This is a 751?
yes, sir.
Why haven't you applied for citizenship?
You know what? Because my wife is a little bit get nervous when, interview. The last time we interview in the consulate, it's okay, but that's why I get my green card. But she's not good on pressure interview, something like that. That's why. And she said we're gonna wait for the removal of condition to be adjudicated or something. So
Well, there's only two. I mean, first of all, the online portal is wrong all the time. It doesn't mean anything. The fact that they change words or change what category or what stage your case is in, I don't put any stock in that. I don't think you should spend any time thinking about that. It's all just bullshit they say to keep people from bothering them. Okay, so put that all to the side. Whether it changes from one to the other and back and forth, I don't care. It's a waste of time. Stop looking at it. Okay. At the end of the day, you have an I-751 that's been pending for almost 3 years, right?
yes, sir.
There's only two ways I know to get a 751 moving. The first way to get an I-751 moving is to file your N-400, because it's actually the processing of the naturalization application that makes them adjudicate both applications. That's one way, and the smarter way, and probably the cheaper way. And if you don't want to file for naturalization because your wife doesn't want to go to an interview, which doesn't make any sense to me because she's going to have to go to an interview and she has to get over it, and it's time to put on her big girl pants and go to the interview, is to sue them. So you could pay me $4,000 to sue them to get them to decide your 751, or you could just go ahead and file for naturalization, and that would do the trick and hopefully get you your citizenship on the back end.
Oh, okay.
And now you've waited so long, you can probably apply for citizenship on the 5-year rule, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's what I would do.
So, is my back taxes affecting my, that's why it takes so long, my back taxes?
You owe back taxes?
Yes.
Are you on a payment plan?
Yes.
I don't believe that they hold your 751 because of back taxes. I believe they hold the 751 because they're waiting to see if the marriage falls apart.
Oh, okay. All right, sir. All right, sir.
All right, brother. Thank you, Alan.
Thank you so
See
much.
you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. That was our friend Alan. I'm going to go to Selly, then NYT. Hello, Selly.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Selly. How are you?
Thank you so much for your help. We really appreciate it.
Sure. What's
I
up?
have a question. So, I just got married in September. I came here on tourist visa, and I was on an asylum case, and then I just got married now, and we are going to file the I-130 and everything. But so, my husband have a business. He's self-employed, so his income was zero the last 2 years. So now, if I file it now, his tax is gonna show like he didn't make money the last 2 years. So if we file it now, are they gonna reject me, or is it better to wait to see how much money he make this year, or we can use the asset that paid off, like the property that he owned paid off, or we can use those and the saving money? What do you think?
How does he live his life if he has? By the way, congratulations on getting married. How does
Thank
he live
you.
his life if he has no income?
What do you mean? If he
I mean,
income zero?
the people that are self-employed that say they have no income always have a hard time sponsoring people because they're lying on their taxes. Clearly, he's making income. He's shielding it and trying not to pay any taxes by saying he doesn't make any money, which makes it almost impossible for him to sponsor his spouse for a green card. So what I'm saying is,
Mhm.
if he's gonna open up the issue of his taxes by filing for your green card, he better be damn sure that his taxes are legit and that he's not fudging things and hiding money and making it appear he has no income when he really does. That's what I'm telling you.
No, he make incomes, but he bought stuff too, so he have more expense too, so.
Okay.
So
Again, that's fine. What I'm telling you though is I have known people who play cute with their taxes, who file forms with immigration and have gotten in trouble and even referred for criminal investigation by the IRS because they played it cute with their taxes, right?
yeah.
So I'm just saying, beware of that.
So yeah, he paid before, like he paid some years, he don't pay some years. So, but this 2 years he didn't pay. So, but this year we don't know how much is gonna be his income. If
Okay,
we
so
don't know how much.
let's say he made $1 million this year. The fact that he didn't make any money the last two means that he needs a co-sponsor. So forget assets, forget trying to, put in the value of his business or his house or anything. If he doesn't make enough in each of the last 3 years, my advice, if you want to be happy and want it to go quickly, is that you find a co-sponsor.
Okay. So you think that using the assets is not a good idea?
If you want to bang your head on the wall for the next 9 months and responding to requests for evidence and notices of intent to deny, then you can do that.
Oh, okay. So we find a co-sponsor then.
That's what I would do.
Okay. Another question is, when I came here, when I get the visa to come here, that was my second time. I entered like 3-4 times before I stay here.
Mm-hmm.
But the last time I entered was I renewed my visa was expired. So it was the people who filed the form for us. They work in front of the embassy, and then you go there, they file for you because we don't know how to do it that time. So when he filed my form, he make a mistake, the guy, and then I called for interview.
And the mistake was that he said you were married?
No, he didn't say I was married. He said I was staying 8 months, but I told him I was going to stay 8 weeks. He changed the week to the months. Then I called for interview, and they asked me a question. They like, where are you going? And I told them I was coming for a wedding that time. Then I told them, and then they asked me, how long you going to stay? I said 8 weeks. Then he said, why you say 8 months in your form? Then I was like, I laughed because I was so surprised. I know I couldn't stay 8 months. Then I was like, no, it could be the mistake the guy make. I know I can stay more than 6 months. I explained for them. Then they give me the visa. So is it going to be issue?
Maybe, probably not.
Okay.
I have a different question. Mm-hmm. So when did you enter and when did you get married?
Okay, I entered in 2021.
Yep.
I met my husband in 2023. We got married this 3 months later. This is 3 months ago. So that means I entered in 2021, I made it in 2025.
So you were out of status for a long time?
No. So I was going to ask you that question too. So I entered with the visa and then they let me to stay 6 months. Then I applied the asylum before 4 days before my 6 months expired.
Okay.
4 days. But I don't know when the USCIS receive it. I think they receive it in 2-3 days. That's going to be on the same day my visa expired. So am I still overstay?
No, you're not, but getting them to understand that and honor that is a different thing. I think you'll be okay. What country are you from?
Ethiopia.
Yeah, so I think that I mean, really, you're supposed to file asylum within a year, so you're good there. If you can prove that you sent it out 4 days before and that they actually physically received it before the 6 months, that would be really helpful. But if you're having this conversation,
they sent me the receive notice. So my visa was going to expire November 24. They sent me receive notice on November 29.
yeah, but when did they actually receive it?
It says 29 on the paper.
That's not what I'm saying. Did you send it by Federal Express so that you can prove when they actually received it?
I don't have the receipt, but I send it overnight. I send it on 20 overnight. And then I'm sure even if too late, they're gonna deliver it in 3-4 days. That gives them exactly the 6 months, 24, because I sent it on 20. My visa was gonna expire 24. But they send me, USCIS send me letter says that we receive your application on 29.
I know. But if you have proof that you sent it out 4 days before your 6 months were up, I think that's helpful. Now, if you're having, what I was going to say is if you're having that conversation, that means you're at a green card interview and somebody's thinking that you're out of status and maybe they want to take you into custody. I don't think that's going to happen, but having that proof could be really important.
Okay. I don't know how to get that better. Yeah.
But just for everybody listening, this is why you always send things by Federal Express or UPS and keep proof of the day you sent it and the day it was signed for. Always. That's what we
I have
do
the
at our
day
office.
I signed it for.
Yeah, but you wouldn't believe at our office probably 20 FedExes go out a week. No, a week about 30 FedExes go out, and we have to keep track of all those exactly when they were delivered. So that's what all of you guys need to do too.
Okay, but they received my application they say they received it in 29. It was going to expire in 24.
Let me put it to you this way, okay? I don't give a shit when they said they got it. If I can prove that they got it within the 6 months, I don't care that it took them a week to issue the receipt notice. That's what I'm telling you. That's why it's so important.
Okay,
because
that means
the day. I mean, I've seen them issue a receipt notice 6 weeks after a case was filed.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sally.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. All right, I got NYT, then Rome. NYT, hello. You're on mute. You and your Apple TV 4K icon. Hello, are you there, NYT? All right. NYT,
Yes, I'm here.
All right, go ahead.
Hello. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you. By the way, I'm from Haiti. Yesterday, I was looking at your live, and you were asking for people from there to participate in your lawsuit.
Yeah. So, do you have a pending case?
Yes, I do. I do have a pending case. I have TPS and I have asylum, and we're planning. Me and my girlfriend, we're planning to marry soon. So.
Okay.
Okay, let me tell you about my case. I came here in 2020 under the Trump administration. I came on legally on my student visa. Then 1 year after, I adjusted my status to TPS.
No. So you didn't adjust your status. Adjustment of status is when you change your status to a green card. Change of status is when you change your status from one non-immigrant visa to another. You don't change your status to TPS. You just applied for and received TPS. TPS is not actual status. It's just protection from being deported and being allowed to stay in the United States. Just for everybody else. I'm not chastising you. I'm just trying to teach everybody.
Okay, okay. Okay, I didn't know that.
So you're on TPS. Got it.
Yes. But my visa, and after a year or two later, I applied for asylum. But my visa expired this year. My question
Okay.
is, did I overstay? Because I did not have an unlawful stay in the US.
Well, let's talk about, you said you came on an F1, right?
Yes. And I'm still a student, by the way. I'm still in school.
So putting TPS to the side, well, first of all, have you used your work card off the TPS?
My work part?
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you got TPS, they sent you a work card, and you've used that work card to work in the United States.
Yes. For 1 year.
And yeah. But for the F1, so when you went to the embassy to get the visa to come, by the way, what embassy did you get your F1 from?
My country's embassy.
In Haiti?
Yeah, in Haiti.
Oh, okay. So when you got your F1, you said you were going to go to XYZ school. When you came to America, did you go to XYZ school?
Yes, I did.
And are you still going to XYZ school?
No, the reason I do not still, because they closed the school down because they had an issue with the government and all that stuff. So they closed the school down.
What issue did they have with the government?
It was the owner of the school. He had a federal case. Things like
For
that.
immigration stuff or other stuff?
No, for the stuff. It was about sexual harassment and funds related
What kind of
issues.
school was it? How's there an owner of a school? What kind of a school is that?
I have no idea. It was AEC College.
Okay. So how long did you actually go to school at that school?
I ran there until 2023.
Okay, and then you got a new school to give you a new I-20?
Yes.
And no gap?
No, I
gap
did
there?
not get an I-20. I applied there with my TPS.
Okay, so you have indeed been off your F1 for a while now. So do you have a gap in status, or do you have any unlawful presence? I don't think so, but if you're asking me, Jim, do you think they might cause me trouble at my green card interview if my wife and I get married? I would say potentially. I mean, we're only 2 weeks into this new process of them messing with people and complaining about people being out of status. So I would say we'll know more once you get married. So call me back. But as of now, I just don't know. I don't know how it's going to all play out.
Okay, because I have a pending asylum.
Yeah. So with that, they should leave you alone.
Yeah, I talked with somebody, and since CPS is going to expire next February next year, and he said that I should be applying for my marriage-based green card before then.
Yeah.
Like around January.
Yeah. Or like December. Yeah. Let's do it. Hurry up. Thanks for the
How's that
call.
gonna help my case? Because we already have a bank account together. We kind of like live together, or that thing.
Well, you want to have a lot of different options open, right? So why would you just ride an asylum case when you know that the Trump administration is hostile to Haitians and to asylum in general? So to me, I would get that thing going as soon as I can.
But is my case, like, how do I say that? Is my case like, in what category would you put it?
You mean like in levels of difficulty or complexity?
Yes, difficulties and complexities.
I mean, I don't know anything about your marriage, and I don't know anything about your asylum case. So I would say generally that you're in a nice spot right now. You have TPS. You also have the asylum case, and you'd have a marriage-based case going too. But I mean, I don't know what things are going to look like by the time you file for your green card.
We plan to file like probably probably beginning of January.
Are you already married?
No, we're not married yet.
Okay.
but we're planning to
Yeah.
marry like this December.
Yeah, I would say sooner rather
We've
than
we've
later.
been together for like 8 months, by the way. So it's not some quick thing, and we have a lot of history, photos, everything.
Good. Awesome. Well, keep me posted, okay?
Okay. Thank you
Thanks for the
very
call.
much.
You're welcome. All right. I'm gonna go to Rome next. Hello. Hello, Rome. Rome, are you there? Hello. All right. Rome's out of here. Let's go to DM. Hello, DM. DM, you're on mute.
Hello, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Hello, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm having a hard time.
All right. I don't know what's going on. Dennis, I-130. Hello.
Hey, Jim.
How you
Good
doing?
afternoon.
Good
I'm
afternoon
good.
to you.
Very privileged to be on the show. I've been watching you for 1 year. Very grateful for the work you're doing for all
Sure.
of
Thank you.
us. So I'll give you a rundown of my case as it is, and then we'll go on from there. So I got a tourist visa in 2023 around September, and I traveled to the US in October of that year. I was in the US for about 4 months, and then I went back home. I'm originally from Uganda. Now, before that, I'd met my wife in 2022 in Uganda. She's a US citizen, and she had come home to visit. We met at a wedding. We had
Hold
a
on 1 second.
okay, sure.
No, I just got to set up this room. Like, it's cool. You can keep doing what
I
you're
got like
doing.
20 more minutes.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's cool. Like, I'm just gonna be moving some stuff around. It's
Yeah, I just want to
we
screw you
we
up.
don't have anything going on here for another hour, but we got to get here, set them
Thank you.
things up at a time.
I'm almost done.
All good.
Thank you very much. All right. So Uganda. I got it. Okay. So what's up next?
So we met at a wedding in 2022 in August 2022. We were at a mutual friend's wedding. We didn't know each other, but later we met, and then we started talk. And then she traveled back to the US in September. And then we basically we developed a relationship long distance online. I don't want to call it online because we were talking, chatting, video calling each other every day. And
Okay.
of course, then a relationship developed out of that. In 2023, I came to the US to visit. I was attending a conference. That was the purpose for my visit, and I got to attend the conference, and I also got to spend some time with her. And then I traveled back
Okay.
home in February 2024. In April, she came back to Uganda to visit. No, before that, she had come back again in 2023, just before I came to the US, around in the summer of 2023. And then I came to the US in October, spent a couple of months, went back, and then in April, she came to visit. And then, of course, the time she came, she met my family and all that. I met her family. And then in June 2024, I came back to the US. And this time we spent more time together. I came in the middle of June, and in late August, I proposed to her. In the last week of September, which is about 97 days since I'd come in, we got married at the courthouse. 2 weeks later, which was the 4th of October, we had like a wedding celebration with friends and some of her family who were here. The wedding had about maybe 70 to 80 friends of people. And then we filed in November 5th, 2024. A month later, I got my biometrics taken. My biometrics taken. And by mid-December, I had my work card. I had filed for everything, I-130, 485. By that time, I was still watching your videos. You were still encouraging us at that time to file for the I-131 because we didn't know what would happen. So I filed for
Sure.
that as well. And then later, it was like, I shouldn't have filed for this. Anyway, in August of this year, they approved my I-131. Of course, now by August of this year, 2025, many things have changed, so I don't envisage using that. Nothing else has been approved yet. We haven't yet had an interview. At the time of filing, we did not have so much evidence. I remember we gave them lots of pictures showing like history, because by that time we'd been together in a relationship for 2 years, going back and forth, and also, online. And we all had renters insurance at the time. We had a lease. We were renting together at the time. I don't know what else we had. We didn't have so much insurance. We did not have a lot of evidence at the time. But since then, we have gone on to upload lots of new evidence. We also have a baby born in October. We have a new daughter. So basically, we have a lot of evidence.
Congratulations.
We have 2 joint bank accounts. We have lots of insurance. So anyway, we haven't yet got an interview. We're wondering, in your opinion, what do you think our case looks like with things
Sounds
changing
great.
every year?
I like everything about this case. I did
Also,
have
we
one
encourage.
question. Yeah, I had one question, which is, for your various visits to the United States from Uganda, did you have to go to the embassy and get a visa each time, or did you have like a multiple entry visa?
I had a multiple entry visa.
Yeah, I like the case. I like everything about it. I think you're going
I
to get
visited
approved.
the US. Okay, I visited the US early in 2008 for also a couple of weeks. So I had two entries in 2008, and then the next entry was basically 2023. So
So your I-130 got approved in 2024 or 2025?
no, my I-130 has not yet been approved. We have no approval yet.
Oh, it was the 131 you said, right?
The
Okay.
131, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so but the I-130 itself has been on file in the 45 for about a year, right?
Yeah, for about 13 months
That's-
now.
Yeah, I mean Florida's really busy, but I would think you'd have your interview pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah, but I like the case overall. I mean, I like the timeline. I think you did a good job of explaining it, and I feel good about the case overall. So I don't think you need to worry about that. I think the case will get approved.
Okay. So Jim, we're wondering, in case we get like called for an interview, I mean, initially before the goalposts kept being changed, we were thinking maybe this case is not so difficult. We may not need a lawyer. But right now, everything is very fluid. I don't have an overstay and all that. We're thinking is it possible to get someone from your firm to go with us? Are we too late, or would it work?
No. I just agreed to go to an interview myself on December 17th with someone who filed with a different attorney. They just don't want to. The attorney didn't want to come down to St. Louis, so we're going to handle it. So I would say, probably. I think we just talked about we have to have a meeting because we've had a hard time figuring out how much to charge for the interview when there's travel like to Florida involved. So we're still working it out, but probably somewhere like $2,500, $3,000.
Okay. Sounds doable. Oh, Jim, one last question. We're looking at the public charge thing. And okay, personally, I'm the immigrant, so I haven't used any of the charges, but my wife gave birth, and of course, she's a US citizen, my daughter's a US citizen, so they may have used Medicaid to give birth. And then we're also wondering, is WIC part of the public charge? All the research I've been doing doesn't show that it's a public charge, but with things changing, we don't know. We haven't yet used WIC. We were wondering, is it possible? Safe to use it?
I'm not the right person to ask that because I don't work on I-64s anymore, and I don't think that it should affect things, but I can't say for sure.
Okay. All right. That's basically it, Jim. I'm very grateful once again.
Have a good day, buddy. See ya. Hey, look who's here. Hoolie's here. What's up, Hoolie?
Hi, everyone. How are you?
What are you doing?
Show was too. What happened? You changed my schedule.
Yeah, they moved Norse practice earlier, so I just did the show earlier. It's all good. You don't have to be here on Saturday, but I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let's go to Mina. Hello, Mina. Mina, you're on mute.
Okay, there you go.
Hi.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. The question I have is for a friend, and um,
Hmm? You're breaking up. I can't hear you. I don't know if it's me or Cooley, is it me? Or I can't hear. Oh, Mina, we'll have to come back, kid. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't know what's up. Internet or something. The squirrels. Suleiman, hello.
Hello. Hello, Jim. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, good, good. So, Jim, I have a quick question about my 485. I applied last year. Actually, I was arrested 2020 and by ICE because my visa was expired. And then after they transferred me detention center, and then I got born on based on asylum case. And then after I ended up marrying 2022, the wife, and then she sponsored me. Our I-130 is approved almost a year and a half. And then we applied 485 last year. So I got interview almost 6 months. So I did not heard anything back from them yet.
Well, when did you come to the United States?
In 2014. So when I
country are
came
you from?
2014, the MOS they apply for me the R1 visa because I came as a visitor, and then I apply my R1 visa within 6 months, and they give me R1 visa for 2 months and 2 years 6 months. And when I apply for the green card based on the R1 visa, they found something in my MOS was not proper. 2005 they was keep digging all the information. They found something, and they sent me letter, your R1 was by mistake approved, and then we are revoking your R1. We will consider you are illegal in the country last 6 years.
What was wrong with the mosque?
MOS they have some issue with the tax exempt paper. They did not renew the time, and then after they end up getting new entity. So that's why the immigration saying they got approved your R1 with old entity which already expired, and they did not renew. So that's why
Okay.
your R1 also was.
So that's why they took you into custody at that point?
Yeah, at that point. And they was telling me I've been already in this country 6 years. And I said, no, I was like 1 year because I worked 3 years legal. I apply all the taxes, everything. But they said no, because the R1 was approved by mistake. That was not valid R1. So then after I ended up marrying 2022. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. But did you say somewhere in there you got arrested? Oh, by ICE.
Yeah, I got arrested 2020, like 5 years ago by ICE, yes.
And did those proceedings get terminated under Biden, or what happened to those proceedings?
And then after I had hearing 2 times in Orlando, and then finally because I ended up marrying and they approved my I-130, so they terminated my case.
And you've been waiting for your 45 to be approved?
Yeah, approved almost 6 months.
When did you filed the 45 6 months ago, or you had an interview?
No, I filed last year September.
Okay.
And I had interview 6 months ago almost, yeah.
How'd it go?
Interview was fine. And okay, the interview, he skipped all the question and only he asked me security question. And then after he said, did you ever refuse visa by American embassy? He said yes, but I made my attorney, she put by mistake no. And I said yes, I was refused 2012. And then after he said, I don't have to ask all this question. And then when he reached my medical record, he said, oh, you can to this doctor. I think this doctor is not giving proper accurate medical. I think we are putting him in an investigation. And then we will maybe make you come back again and give the statement what did exactly happen in the clinic. That is what he said. But I don't know how much true was. If it's a medical issue, maybe they would ask another medical. And then I submitted new medical almost 3 months ago by online, my account.
Did they ask you to, or you did it yourself?
No, they didn't ask me. No, I just did myself.
Wait, how do you submit a new medical if it's supposed to be sealed? How do you submit that electronically?
No. My large he sent by mail. So by mail first. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would say a couple of things. Number one, you have a complicated immigration history. Number two, what country are you from?
India.
So you're an imam from India. I became Muslim 30 years ago. Most of my clients are from Muslim or Middle Eastern countries, and they definitely discriminate against men from Muslim countries or imams. So I think the reason they're sitting on your case is because they don't want to give you a green card. So you're probably going to have to sue them.
So you don't think that there is a medical issue any? The way he was saying, oh, the doctor, he did this. We are...
Yeah. I would say that if anybody gets a medical exam from a civil surgeon who's later investigated for fraud, that doesn't look good for the immigrant themselves. They think that they knew about the fraud and are happy to participate and get a medical report from a fraudulent doctor. So yeah, that's definitely a black mark on your file.
Okay. So that's why I applied the new medical. But still, you think that it could be the main reason medical, or could be something else too they're just sitting on?
Lots of things. I mean, you got married after being in removal, so that's suspicious. You have a long winding history here. You came as a visitor, you got an R1, you filed for asylum, you married a US citizen. That's a lot of different immigration applications, and they don't want to give you a green card. So I think you're going to have to sue them.
So, but you help. I see your videos. You help for this, yeah? Mandamus, file mandamus.
It's our favorite thing to do.
Yeah, but do you think there is the right time, since already they're just even not, they don't even care legal status, though? Since my case is not strong, it is the right time to sue.
Well, I don't think they treat your case any differently when you sue them. I think it just makes them decide it. So the question you have to ask yourself is, do I really want a decision on my green card? That's the question. But I will just go whatever you decide.
Okay. What is your recommendation? Your recommendation. Oh, okay.
Probably. Yeah, let us know if you want help with that, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Sheikh. All right. This is the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. Thank you for joining me. I'll be here for another 10 minutes. And then we're going to go watch Nora play some softball. I hope you guys all have a good rest of the weekend. I will not be back on the air. I might do a show tomorrow. It depends, but probably not. I'm doing a talk at the mosque in San Diego at 1 o'clock at the Islamic Center of San Diego. I'm going to do a talk. And then, so I probably won't do a show tomorrow. And then I'm tied up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So the next show probably won't be till Thursday. All right. Let's go to KLM. Hello. Or KJM. Sorry.
Hey, Jim.
How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Just won't take much of your time. Just wanted to ask a few questions. So I'm from India, and I have both a 751 and an N400 pending.
Great.
So just wanted to ask you a few general questions about the December 2nd, the policy memorandum. Since I know that India is not one of the affected countries, but does the policy could this policy cause delays to either of my applications, such as like slow processing times, or because USCIS may shift resources due to this policy? Like, what are your thoughts?
Well, if they do the stupid thing of allegedly going back and looking at old applications, I guess in theory that it could. But in general, I actually think that if they are cutting out processing asylum applications and people who are from the 19 countries, I actually think that might mean your case goes faster. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So, okay. So and then is there anything that I should prepare to be aware of because of this policy, even though India is not one of the affected countries?
I don't think you need to spend time worrying about this. Lots of other people need to worry about it, but you don't.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Jim. That's all.
That was easy. Okay, thanks. I'm going to go back and give Minna one more shot. Minna, are you there? You're on mute.
Yes.
There she is.
Okay. So with an I-751 pending and the immigrant buying a property, but they need do they need to change addresses?
I don't understand. Are they going to go live in that new address?
No. It would be that they are going to buy it as an investment property.
Yeah, no, that's just listed as another piece of property. Now, I'll tell you this: I was at an interview the other day on a green card application, and the officer kept looking at his database, and he knew that the U.S. citizen had a second property. So we did spend a lot of money. We did spend a lot of time talking about that. So I do believe that if the immigrant or the non-immigrant, the citizen buys an additional piece of property during the time that the 751 or the 3-year N400 or an I-130 45 are pending, I believe that they now have the ability to know that, and will probably spend time talking about it because in the back of their mind, you're living apart.
So do you think that's going to be a problem in
I don't think
applying
it's gonna be a problem,
for?
but you're gonna have to prove up why you bought it, and you're gonna have to prove up that you both live at the same address. That's what I'm saying. You're making it more complicated, yes. I don't think it's gonna be an overall problem, though.
Okay, so do you think that the address should change to where the immigrant lives, not the U.S. citizen?
They're not living together?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so here's what I'll say. For
Mhm.
each of them, they should list the address where they sleep at night in case USCIS wants to come see them at 5 o'clock in the morning one day. That's my rule of thumb.
Okay, and as a matter of taxes, is that any complications for the immigrant?
As far as the fact that they bought another piece of property,
Correct.
I have no idea. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm not a tax attorney.
Okay. Yeah, that was the question. Thank you.
Thanks, Minna. All right, I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to get out of here because they're setting up for this nice event they're going to have here at the University of Pittsburgh. And Rookdeep says, hi, guy in the back. He's very nice. DM is here. Hello, DM.
Hello, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you doing?
Oh my God, I can't.
Still can't hear me?
You're probably hearing me, but I can't hear you.
I can hear you, yeah.
I'm doing on this side.
Sorry about that. All right, we'll go to Batter. Batter, hello.
Hey, hi Jim, how are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I just had a question. Basically, I got married to my wife last year. It was October 2024, and I live in the UK. My wife lives in New York. So we filed I-130 in November 2024. And then in the year of 2025, I was visiting her. I visited in May, and then I visited in July. We had a wedding reception in July. Then we were traveling together in August. I came back to the US for a week with her. This was in September of 2025 now. And we've been waiting for I-130 to be approved. When I was here in September 2025, she had some issues with her eyesight. So I decided to stay longer, another couple of weeks, and then ended up doing adjustment of status while I was here from my ESTA, which I had on my British passport. So now I did my I-485, and obviously the I-130 was already pending from last year. I did the I-765 as well. And then I got my interview, which is on Tuesday, so in about 3 days from now. This is in New York. And I'm just worried that that they might have an issue that I adjusted from an ESTA. What can I do? I'm still within the like my status for like the 3 months that I get on ESTA is still valid because it's not even been 3 months. It would be 3 months on the 10th of December, and my interview is on the 9th of December. So it's just a day before I run out of my status.
I don't think that's as big of an issue as the fact that you filed for a green card, like 10 days after you arrived?
No, not 10 days. It was about a month, and it was about a month and few days after I arrived.
So you only applied for your green card about 5 weeks ago?
I applied for it on around the 12th of around 13th of October, basically. They
So that's pretty
received the
fast.
yeah, like a month. So I came on the 12th of September and I applied for it around 13th, 14th of September, around that time. And I got an interview, which is in like 3 days now. So my interview came pretty quick. It was, yeah. So I got an interview, which is in 3 days. So I
And
applied a
this is
month
Manhattan?
No, this is in Long Island.
Okay. Oh, I hate that office. They're terrible there. Okay. So, I mean, you've got lots of things to talk about. They'll have lots of things to talk to you about. I mean, obviously you got to prove up the marriage, but to me, I know it's easy for someone from Great Britain to enter and leave and enter and leave. And they're going to wonder, why did you suddenly decide to apply for a green card on this trip? Was it your intention when you entered the United States to apply for a green card? And you're going to have to prove that it wasn't. Otherwise, you're going to have big problems, because you're going to have a misrepresentation problem and your visa waiver will be expiring the next day. So I think it could be a dicey interview.
Okay. In terms of basically, yeah, I mean, my wife had an issue with her eyesight, so that's why I decided to stay, and then we ended up doing. So I have the.
That's perfect. That's a perfectly good reason. Are you going to bring proof of that?
I mean, we have we have a text message from the doctor saying the appointment is on this day, and also the payment that we made to the doctor.
No, you need all the medical records.
The medical record. Okay. Right. Okay. I'll find that. Don't worry. Yeah. Also, I recently just bought a house in the UK. This was pretty much like I bought the house end of August, and obviously I came to the US in September, and I bought the house end of August because I was planning to stay there until I get my I-130 approved and the whole thing. So do you think I can take that?
And you had a return ticket, obviously.
Yeah, I had my return ticket. I recently bought a house in the UK because I wanted to move in there on my own, and and wait until obviously I get my I-130 approved.
So to me, I believe this whole case is the central issue of this case is going to be that decision to apply for lawful permanent resident status. So I know your interview is coming up in a couple days. I would spend almost all, I would spend 50% of my time working on getting marriage evidence and proving up the case. I would spend the other 50% of my time focusing on this decision that we made. It was a change in our plan. We filed the I-130 on purpose, separately, because I was going to consular process. I bought this house because I was going to consular process. I bought a round trip ticket because I was going to consular process. And the only reason that I changed was because of this little stack of medical records we have from her eye doctor explaining all the stuff. Just a receipt and the text message about the appointment, that's worth shit. You need all the medical records showing that it was a serious, I mean, that could be just for an eye checkup. They're, that's not going to give them, that's not compelling. But if you go in there and say she had attached retina, her eyeball was about to fall out, I had to stay here and make sure that she could take care of herself. I mean, to me, that actually is good evidence, not only for why did you decide to file for adjustment, but also that it's a real marriage, that you would give up your life in England to do that, right?
Okay. Okay. I have a second question as well. Basically, because my wife, she recently graduated, so she currently doesn't work. Now, obviously, after I did my adjustment of status application, I started applying for jobs, hoping that I get my the EAD card or the green card soon. And I did get a job offer, which is they would want me to start let's say end of December. Do you think if obviously they do approve me on the day, I can ask them to give me an AD-IT stamp so I can start working, or do you think that's not very likely? I do have a job offer, and I do have when they want me to start and everything. I do have all those things. Do you think I show them?
I think they won't tell. Yeah, you can show it to them, but I think they won't tell you if you're approved. And I think that you're just going to have to wait. I mean, if they approve you, you should get it in time, but I don't think you gain much by asking them what's the final decision. I don't think they'll tell you, and I don't think they're going to rush it so that you.
I'm sorry, I do need to go.
Oh, it's all done. All right, we're finishing up. All right, thanks for your help and thank you for being patient. I'm sorry for taking so long. We got to get out of here, Batter. I'll see you later, bud.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
All right. We've kept the brother long enough from being able to do his job. I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys all have a great night and a great rest of your weekend. I'll be back, like I said, next Thursday, and I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Thanks, everybody. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion.